Okay, I'm going to do a quick review from last week, just talking about masks today. And the first one that we did was just, basically a selection on a active layer and then just clicking on the mask tool, which is found, mask option, which is found right next to the FX down on the layer palette. And again, I could refine my selection on any of the selection tools by doing a feather as well. It's up to you how you want to do that. And I could even go and use a tool like the freehand selection tool. And any of these would give me my mask as long as I have the selection on top of my photo. So again, you just take the selection tool, make your selection. If you want to refine the edge, you can do so. If you want to apply a feather, etc. And then you click on the mask tool right below there. Now the second one I showed you was the lettering. And in this one we went to the text tool. I went ahead and I like to do this in all caps so that more of the photo will show through the lettering. The key here is when you go to select your lettering, make sure you are on top of the letter. Okay, because sometimes you miss and you select the background and then it's not going to give you the view that you want. So now, once I have that selection made, I can get rid of the lettering because I don't need it anymore, and I want to be down on the active layer. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the text, and now you see that my selection is just on the layer itself, the active layer. I click the mask tool and now I have my second mask. The third mask operation involved another step, and this is where we use the custom shape tool. And this is found 2 tools below the text tool, and it's the 6th one in the list, custom shape tool. And when you go to it, you'll default to a just a small list of shapes, and if you want to add more, you want to go to all and then append your shapes. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab a shape here. Now if a fill does not show up for you, make sure that up in the upper left that you in the options panel that you are in the shape and that you have a fill listed in the fill. So now I've got my shape, but as you notice over in the layer palette, I want to be, the active layer is actually down here. And when I go to the shape layer and try to select it, it's not going to select because I need to rasterize that layer. But just for ease, I'm going to move the shape down to my active, above my active layer. The extra step that I have to do here is I have to go up to Layer, Rasterize Shape. Now I can select my shape and then I can get rid of it just like I did the lettering. I'm on the active layer and I can click the mask, and now I have my second or my third mask. Now the final masking operations I'm going to show you involves creating an empty mask, and I put it on the wrong layer, but what's nice is I can bring it right down to the layer I want to work with. Now you want to make sure that you're on the mask, and then what you're going to be doing is you're going to actually be drawing on the mask. Now you see I have a smart object here, so it's wanting me to make that a non-smart layer, and so I think just one second here. Okay, so again, I'm just going to go up there, and just for making this quick, I'm just going to rasterize my smart object. Okay, so now I have that rasterized, and I can go on to that layer mask. And if you notice, I have a soft edge brush selected. And actually, I have a hard edge brush selected here. But watch what happens when I select the soft edge brush. And you see how I get that kind of feathered appearance. So you have to determine how you want the edges to look when you do the masking, like they showed you on the poster. Again, the soft edge brush will give you this feathered look, whereas if I were to go to the hard edged brush, and I'll turn this layer off and bring this layer on, again I'm going to have to rasterize my layer. So I'm going to rasterize my smart object, and then again I add a mask, and then when I draw around with the black, you can see how you get a really hard edged um, going there. So again, the hard edge where I painted in my own mask, soft edge brush, um, doing the same thing, and then the shape layer mask, the lettering, and then the first selection where you just did a selection, probably the easiest of these operations. But anyways, I hope this helps. We'll see you on Thursday.